friend. I hope you're having an awesome week. So for the next few weeks, I want to look at like some themes that I pulled out of the movie The Lion King. It's amazing like how sometimes in movies there's such good acknowledges and such good deep thoughts that are also very biblical. It's pretty amazing. So today I want to talk about identity. I'm going to give you that example out of the movie. So there's this young lion, Simba, and Simba is the son of like the king Mufasa, and Mufasa like oversees like all those lions and all this land and whatever, and he's like the king, you know. And at one point, Mufasa tells his son, "You're going to become king someday," and the son like, "Wow, that's really cool." And so Mufasa starts installing an identity in this young boy, and then something happens. Mufasa actually dies in an accident, but the uncle makes Simba believe that it was Simba's fault, that he actually killed his father, and that he should run away as far as he can. So Simba stops believing in his true identity. He doesn't believe anymore that he's going to be a king, that he's going to be the future king. Like, he stops believing like he's a failure. He's somebody that killed his father. He walked around with like, oh no, what did I do? And he runs off. So he runs to this other land and lives there and does his thing. And then eventually his friend from childhood, Nana, or Lana, I can't remember the exact name, she goes hunting in that area, right? She's another lioness. And she goes hunting there and she runs into Simba. And then she's like, "Simba, why? Like, wait, you're here? You're alive? Everybody thought you're dead." And he's like, "No, no, I'm alive." And she's like, "Wait, you're the king. You're supposed to be the king." And he's like, "No, no, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. Like, I'm just living here, whatever." So he still doesn't want to step into his identity. But then, as soon as, like, Lala explains, like, "Hey, you know, that uncle of yours became king and he messed up everything in the country," then Simba deep inside like feels like, oh no, what can I do? And then in some ways an encounter with his father again, where this identity of being a king gets affirmed again. And then he starts believing the truth about himself. He stops believing like the lies and everything that was told him, like what the uncle told him, and he goes back. And he's okay to face all the consequences, to face everything. He's okay. He's going back. And he steps into his role to be king. He steps into his identity of being a child of the king and be the new king. It was amazing. But when we look in that as a parallel to the Bible, I want you to look at Psalm 139. In Psalm 139, it's described how God sees us, like how wonderfully he made us, like how awesome he made us, and how much like he put into us, right? Like, it's amazing. Like, he loves us as children. And then when we go a little bit further and we go into the book of Romans 8 specifically, we're going to see in that chapter that everybody who's led by God's Spirit is a child of God. So that means we're children of the living God, right? Because we follow Jesus, we follow God, right? So our identity is children of God, right? Correct? Like that's what the Bible says about it. So if we are children of God, that means we should walk this earth with authority. Because God's the king, right? So we are children of the king. Does that make sense? Like, so we are called to make a difference in this world. But again, some of us are probably held back by lies that were told to us, like, in our lives. It might be like, oh, you're not good enough, or you're not strong enough, or whatever. Or whatever that lie might be, you know, whatever you believe about yourself that's not true, you have to deal with that. And you have to figure it out. Because your true identity is a child of God. And if we walk as children of God, we're going to change this world. If we walk in the true identity, who we are and God made us to be, we're going to change this world. So I want to encourage you in today to really look at your life and look what things and what lies you believe that hold you away from that true identity of who you are. A son or daughter of the living God. Somebody that makes a difference. Look at those things that are holding you back and then get rid of them. Okay, bring them to God and start living in that true identity that God made you to be. Like a Simba, come back and step into the role God has you in and wants you in. Okay? So start praying and asking God what your true identity is and what holds you away from it, how He sees you. Okay? Have a blessed week. Bye.